It's Karen from Simply Said with Karen, and today I'm going to show you a really fun technique that I learned this past weekend. And I have done this technique on this little tag, and you can see the bubbles here, and it's using Emboss Resist. So I want to show you how you can have some fun with this technique. So I'm going to use the By the Tide stamp set, and we're going to create kind of a watercolor effect. I'm going to be using Sahara Sand, Marina Mist, our new Soft Sky, which is one of our new subtle core colors. I'm going to be using embossing powder, the clear embossing powder, and I'm going to be using Versamark. So let's just get started, and I can show you how to do this. So before I stamp the bubble wrap on the paper, I want to stamp my seam. So I'm going to take the coral or the seaweed, and I'm going to stamp it with Sahara Sand. There. Now I'm going to take the shell, and I'm going to stamp it with our new color, Crisp Cantaloupe. Just add it to the bottom here. And I'm going to take the fish, and I'm going to stamp it in Midnight Muse. And I'm going to also stamp it off. So we have the fish there, and we'll put another fish on, stamp it off. And we'll have this one going up out of the corner. So there I have my stamped images. So now I'm going to take the bubble wrap, and I'm going to cover it with Versamark. So just stamp all over your bubble wrap. So then place it on your paper with the stamped images, and I'll do it again to cover the top. Now I'm going to take my clear embossing powder. I'm going to cover the whole sheet with that. And then using the heat gun, just melt the embossing powder. So we have that all embossed. So now what we want to do is we want to take and sponge it. And I'm going to use crumb cake on the bottom. So now we want to sponge it and do our Emboss Resist. So I'm taking crumb cake and a sponge, and I'm just going to sponge the bottom so that it resembles a seabed. And then I'm going to take our new core color, Soft Sky, and I'm just going to sponge the top. Now when you're doing Emboss Resist, it's always a great idea to take a piece of paper, a paper towel, or a cloth, and just rub the ink off the embossing. Okay, so we've got that done, and it's starting to look like an underwater scene. So what we want to do is we want to take our bubble wrap again. Now you can use this bubble wrap a number of times, except when you come to do this last step. So I'm taking marine mist and I'm just randomly stamping on here where on the bubble wrap where I've covered it up with Versamark. So we're just going to take and we're going to just place that kind of on the top. Press it down and you can see where the darker Marina Mist is. So take your embossing powder again. And your heat gun and melt the embossing powder. And again, take a cloth or a paper towel and just rub over the embossing. But I would just leave it for a bit to make sure it's really dry and then finish it up. Just make sure that you've got all your embossing powder melted. Okay, so there is a little scene that you can put on a card base or on top of a piece of designer series paper. And this set by the Tide makes an excellent masculine card. You can use it for birthdays, or with Father's Day coming now soon, you could use it for that. So go and try this technique out using the bubble wrap. It's amazing what you can find around your home to have fun with. And try it for yourself and just have fun with it. So thanks for having a look, and I'll see you next time. Bye now.
I am, watch the door.